here we go again today, moving forward, pursuing that path towards internal resilience that we can then share, not for us to keep and hoard and put away in that basket somewhere in the basement. No, it's to present, not just for show and the entertainment part, to demonstrate to those who observe you, might see you, may or may not communicate with you, but it's for you and I to use this topic of resilience and demonstrate that to whoever comes across your path or whoever's path that you cross. So, at the outset, I must thank you for considering using these words, these simple words from this guy you haven't met yet, and using it to your advantage. The advantage being to your best each day and each moment. I wish I can give you the magical wand that would say, this thing will solve your problems. This thing will change your life. I wish I could do that. Not sure how I would handle that kind of power, so good that I don't have it. But, as I said before, I guarantee you, you're listening to this conversation today will change your perspective on this present moment. I stand by that. I stand in front of that. So if you ever see me or meet, please test that theory in person. All right. Today we'll talk about the more time you spend with something. Essentially, the more time you spend ... Now, before I get into the meat of this discussion today, the more time, even that statement as a topic for this episode, is probably not accurate or correct. We don't have any more time. Let me say that again. We don't have any more time. The time we have is right now, this moment, this now, this present moment. And of course, as I state that to you, as soon as I complete that statement, that word, that breath, it's over. Now, do we get more time? Just think about it conceptually. Work with me. Right now, we have this time. We want more of now. I mean, it's not possible to have more of now. This is all there is. I know I'm asking you for another, broad jump in faith in this description of never more time. It's only this time, only this now. I know maybe I'm that person out there saying some things that don't really resonate with the normal national broadcast or YouTube stuff, but I hope it makes sense to even consider it as a different perspective, a different viewpoint, a parallax view from the same subject, but from a different angle. That's all I'm asking you to do. But let's get into this more time you spend discussion. Because really the first 30 seconds was kind of a sidebar to there's never more time. But given this is the topic and subject for this episode today, the more time you spend, like taking pictures, the more time you spend creating video, the more time you spend doing that, then the more of the present moment that you miss and can never recover. The more time you spend taking pictures, taking video, sometimes even taking notes. That's important too, but bear with me. But the more time you spend doing that, the more of the present you miss and you can never recover that experience. So all that to say, consider minimizing that action away from this present moment. Just consider it. Not eliminating it, just consider reducing that time you spend away from the present moment. And remember, something I said at the beginning of other episodes. Every 820 episode is only intended to remind you, to guide you, to suggest to you, to advise you on the direction and the depth of your own resilience, of your own genuine, committed pursuit of your best. That's my only advice to you. And that is the present moment where you can find your beauty. You can't find it yesterday or tomorrow or more time to find yourself. No, the self-discovery is right now, here and now. If you're just starting on that journey, let's go. Self-discovery, not self-improvement. Self-discovery is what I'm offering to you, that I'm pitching to you. Now, that term self-discovery doesn't mean going panning for gold or looking for rocks and stones in the sand. I'm asking you to look for it on that inward movement that I discussed, I think, yesterday in the episode. That inward movement, that is your pursuit. That is your resilience. That's where you're going to find that beauty. That's where you can start seeing, feeling, hearing internally the answers to the questions you pose to yourself in that one I gave you at the beginning about what drives you. You have to define it for yourself. You know what it is. If it's tiddlywinks in pinball, fine. But take the time to write that down, to capture, reason with yourself. What is it that drives me to do what I do? However you get there, only from going through that process can you find that question that contains the answers, and that is the baseline starting point of where you can start to produce your best. That's all I can do in any episode, although it's been several hundred now, as I'm trying to evolve and develop and present with more clarity, not just my experience in the past, my experience with you now, that I hope is current with you now, that I am present with you now. That's something you can spend, quote unquote, in your journey now, not later, not tomorrow, not yesterday. So what I'm giving you today is my best. And that's all I have, enough for this moment, for this season, this day, this time, this measure of time. Not more. All in all, in this moment we are sharing together today. Sincerely, thank you. Stay present. Stay current. Remember, it's still 8:20.